What up, Pooba? Welcome back to another episode of Talk Talk with John. Time for another bad recap of Dynamite. May 10th. First match was Claudio Castagnoli versus Rey Fenix, where if Claudio won, he got to fight the Lucha Bros for the Ring of Honor titles with a partner of his choosing, or if Rey Fenix won, he would get an ROH World title shot. When I say these two went all out from the gates, they just went absolutely bonkers. They tore each other apart. It was awesome. Eventually, Claudio came away with the win with the Ricola Bomb. Then we cut to a surprise return from Miro heading into an office with Tony Khan's name on it. Then there was a promo package from MJF with his point of view of the Double or Nothing main event, the Four Pillars match. Then FTR comes out wanting to talk to Mark Briscoe. Then Team Nonstop Action came out to interrupt them. Team Nonstop Action have been challenging FTR for weeks to a match. Both teams almost get into it when Mark Briscoe comes out and interrupts them. And he lets everyone know that the match will take place, FTR versus Team Nonstop Action, at Double or Nothing, with Mark Briscoe as the special guest ref. Then there was a melee between the teams, and Dax gets poked in the eye and accidentally pile drives Mark Briscoe because he couldn't see. Then there was a backstage promo with Chris Jericho saying that Adam Cole was banned from the same building as him. Then Roderick Strong comes and challenges Chris Jericho to a Falls Count Anywhere match. Jericho accepts for the following week on Dynamite, then Roderick Strong reveals that the JAS will also be banned from the building. Then we cut back to Tony Khan's office, where Thunder Rosa shows up and enters the office. Wonder what all these people are doing back. Then Sammy Guevara got his point of view promo package for the Double or Nothing main event. Then the almighty Tony Khan makes his appearance on Dynamite to announce that he's making an announcement to announce an announcement. And I wish I were kidding about that, but that's pretty much exactly what he said. Next up was an international championship match between the champion Orange Cassidy and Daniel Garcia. It was a great back and forth match, but ultimately Orange Cassidy came away with the win with a roll-up pinning combination. Really looked like Daniel Garcia was going to walk away with the win in this one, but that's kind of been the story of every Orange Cassidy match he's had since winning the international title. Then there was an Outcasts versus AEW original video package. Then Christian Cage has an in-ring segment with Tony Schiavone. Christian got booed so hard that you could barely hear him on television. One of my favorite little bits about this segment is Christian Cage holding up Tony Schiavone's hand with a microphone because he's really bad for that. Christian says that he gets the TNT title shot because he's a big name. Then he goes on to insult Wardlow's dead father and Arn Anderson or whatever. The crowd really woke up for Christian Cage, I gotta say. Then there was a video package, Darby Allin's point of view for the Double or Nothing main event, that four-way. Just gonna say it every time, I guess. Then a matchup in the women's division, Julia Hart versus Anna Jay in a street fight, or no holds barred, whatever the difference is. I gotta say, I was very excited for this match. I believe Julia Hart has done a lot of work on her character, and it's paying off for her. There was a point in the match where Julia Hart takes a bump on the chairs, face first, and it looks like she breaks her hip or something. Yeah, she did not move well after that point in the match. She did end up coming away with the victory with a heartless submission, but I just hope she's all right, man. I hope her hip is okay. Then just before their trios title match, the Best Amigos decide that they're going to bar Julia Hart from ringside. Which honestly, she just broke her hip, so probably not the best stipulation for the match. I'm 100% sure that I didn't get the House of Black rules, open house rules. I can't even get the name right, but I didn't get the rules right. I don't think anybody got the rules right. I don't even think the House of Black got the rules right. I thought this match had a really cool aesthetic. They put a spotlight on the ring and dimmed the lights of the crowd. I just love to see these guys going at it. Best Amigos putting forth a great effort, but in the end the House of Black picks up the win with the Dante's Inferno. Then immediately following the match, they cut backstage to where Orange Cassidy was watching the match, and Kyle Fletcher is standing over him holding the International title. Clearly the implication being that Kyle Fletcher is coming after the International title. Then it was the final of the 4 video packages for the Pillars. Jungle Boy Jack Perry's POV on the Double or Nothing main event. 4-way, 4 Pillars. Yep. Next there was a little video package hyping up Ricky Starks versus Jay White coming up next week on Dynamite. And finally it was time for the main event. Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega inside the steel cage. Bryan Danielson was on commentary for this match. The Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite had a little bit of a melee before the match even started. Eventually Omega and Mox brought the action back inside the ring. The door was closed and the steel cage match began. Highlights from this match include barbed wire chair, Jon Moxley humping the top turnbuckle, broken glass, ouchie, broken cage spot, triple, double, quadruple ouchie on Kenny Omega's leg, or perhaps nether regions. I thought this was a fantastic match from start to finish. In the end, Kenny Omega hit the one-winged angel on Jon Moxley. Then Don Callis attacked Kenny Omega with the screwdriver, betraying him and costing him the match. Honestly, this was like an all-timer episode of Dynamite in my opinion. I give it 2 thumbs up, baby. Thanks. Hey, thanks. Thanks. It's all gonna be okay.